Okay, so last time we landed on a surefire winner of an idea, the superhero Western. But the question now is, who will our characters be? And what kind of world will they inhabit? So let's start with the setting. If it's a Western, then traditionally you would set it in the past during cowboy days. But if you do that, you'll have to do a bunch of fucking research. And if that's your thing, if you want to be a nerd about it, God bless, your book will never come out. But for me, professional and better writer than you, I like to set things either in current day or in the future. And here's why I think future wins out. As a writer, you have to find the holes in your story, the places where the reader will go, huh, this writer's full of shit. I don't know about you. I like to have my holes plugged. As an example, let's say your hero needs to get from point A to B and they have to walk. In a modern story, your reader would just go, well, why not just drive a car? Well, guess what? Cars don't exist in this future. But the future setting doesn't just solve plot problems. It can also solve problems with your artist. Let's say your artist can't draw trees. Gone. Buildings. Gone. Or maybe they only know how to draw sexy people. Well, in this future world, a sex bomb was dropped during the Great Sex Wars, and everyone became incredibly hot. Or maybe your artist, can't draw women well. I'm not saying it has to happen, but maybe a bomb drops and kills all the women.
Shouldn't you just hire a different artist?
He's really cheap because of the woman thing. Okay, we've got the setting. Now, who's our main character? For this project, we'll go with making them a man. Now, that may sound regressive, but hear me out. You make them a man now, and in a decade or so, you make them, or a derivative of them, a woman. That way you get both. But if you make your initial character a woman, you can't go and make the male version later. Imagine if She-Hulk came first and was called Hulk, and then 20 years later, they came up with a character called He-Hulk. That's crazy.
That could be kind of cool, actually. It would subvert that misogynist trope where the female character's identity is reliant on the male character, so she has to live in his shadow constantly.
He-Hulk. Who comes up with this stuff? I mean, I did. Oh, Allison, hey. Anyway, I'd suggest making your character snarky, but with a heart of gold. Keeps people away, but he's actually quite tender. He's cold, but he's warm. See, if you make your character one thing, but they're actually another thing, that's called making your character three-dimensional. People read that in your story, they're gonna think you're smart. But you're not the smart one, I'm the smart one. I came up with it.
What race?
What?
The character, what race should they be?
White. Maybe,
I'm sorry, what?
but like all the races together? Like some sort of perfect race.
And what do we imagine this perfect race would look like?
Next time, scripting a comic.
I just told you, it's the Tinkle Boys, the beautiful Tinkle Boys. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Thanks to the magic of the internet, you may never even need to meet this. But in reality, he's a fucking asshole.